Hi, welcome back to Shore Talk. Joining us today is Mary Handley. Mary, thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure. Nice to see you.
You too. Mary is a friend of mine and also the mobility manager with a great organization called Delmarva Community Transit, otherwise known and easier said as DCT.
That's right.
So thank you for being here again.
So happy to talk about transportation
yes,
today.
Yes, very exciting. Well, it is very exciting.
It is.
So just to get started, what exactly is Delmarva Community Transit? I think from here on out we're going to say DCT because it's easier.
It is much easier.
And how did it sort of become so? How did it come about and grow as it has?
Well, sure. Delmarva Community Transit is a division of a very thriving nonprofit called Delmarva Community Services, headquartered in Cambridge. And this is the transportation component of that nonprofit. This organization, DCT, serves 4 counties and provides public and specialized transportation services in Dorchester, Talbot, Kent, and Caroline counties. And it was born out of the senior program. Delmarva Community Services had senior centers and a disabilities program helping people with developmental disabilities. And it became very clear early on that for that program to survive, transportation was needed. And so our director wrote a grant, got the first handicapped accessible bus on the entire Eastern Shore, and began transporting individuals to our programs. Now that program has grown from 1 vehicle to a system that has over 80 vehicles serving all 4 counties and serving all people. So anyone can ride the bus.
That's amazing. 80 vehicles?
At least, yes.
Wow. So I think I can speak for myself. We've seen the little white buses or the small buses
sure.
riding around, and I know I personally had a horrible accident, and I went through all this physical therapy and surgery, and I had found this out before with you, Mary, that I could have actually taken that bus. I didn't even know about it until I had met you and finding out what DCT does. So that's great.
That's right. It's public transit, the same as one would see in Baltimore City with the big buses riding around. We operate under the auspices of the Maryland Transit Authority and so administration, and so those buses that you see riding around are public transit buses, and they circulate according to a schedule to bus stops. People pay a very minimal fare. There are discounted rates for folks. There's a schedule that lists all those bus stops in all 4 counties, and there are also a lot of other supplemental services that we provide. But I think that has been the biggest obstacle to overcome, and we have done that. So we provided almost 400,000 trips last year, so that in just these 4 counties. So that shows you how many people are riding the bus to work, to doctor's appointments, to the beauty parlor, to the movies. So it is really now a very well utilized program, and yet there are still plenty of people such as yourself and others who didn't realize it was for them.
Right. Actually, a bus just came through my neighborhood this morning, and I said, "Oh, there they are."
There they are. We're everywhere. Yeah.
I guess we sort of touched on this already, but Mary, what? I guess more specifically, what types of transit services are there? I know we talked before about helping certain individuals with, different cases or causes and needs, and then that sort of begs the question. You just sort of said it, where it's open for anyone's use, but more specifically, from different ages and
sure.
People with different needs who can use and take advantage of these services.
Right. Well, the first obvious service is public transit. We call it fixed route service. And so, as I said, that is a bus service that circulates according to a timed schedule at bus stops, and anyone can hop on that bus and ride to destinations that are published in a schedule. That's the basic service. However, there are many others in our menu of services. The other thing I might mention are door-to-door services for qualifying individuals. So folks who are maybe elderly and frail, and a bus might be difficult for them, might qualify to have a vehicle, either a small bus, a van, or a car, a Ford Fusion, that would come to their door pick them up and take them to the door of their destination. And that is something people do not know exists. So that is a very well utilized service that people can take advantage of. People who speak Spanish, people who are going to work may qualify for some door-to-door services. We also do kidney dialysis transportation, and that is a very large program that we operate, and it's highly unfunded actually. And it shows you the vital importance of transportation in a rural area. Any one of us who had to go to kidney dialysis would prefer to go in a car if we had one or we could drive.
I bet.
Yes, and so we transport several people 3 times a week to kidney dialysis centers all over who are riding that bus because they have no other way to get to their life-saving service that they need. So kidney dialysis is something that we're very proud to provide.
Sure.
Medical assistance transportation, low-income individuals, very low-income individuals may qualify for medical assistance, are unable to ride on our buses to get to doctor's appointments and pharmacies, and that is a huge component of what we do with our vehicles, getting people to doctor's appointments, and many of them receive door-to-door service as well.
That's amazing.
And another thing we're really proud of are services for veterans. Thanks to some funding from the Lower Shore United Way and a program called Maryland's Commitment to Veterans, we provide rides for veterans at no cost to the veteran, to doctor's appointments and mental health appointments. And that's something we'd really like folks to know about. Many of our veterans are young, returning from the wars in the Middle East, and many of our veterans are aging. And just getting to the doctor, if we can't get our veterans to a doctor's appointment, what kind of society are we? So we wrote for some grant funding, and it's been very successful and very meaningful to us.
I bet.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, for sure. Speaking about that, I imagine some folks are not comfortable reaching out to the services that are available. They might not be comfortable even thinking about making the call, and or they might also feel, I don't need any help, I'm okay, when they really do need some help. Do you offer any services, any help or assistance for challenges that may pose such as that?
We do. Whether you are a corporate executive or someone who just moved to the area, if I said, do you know how to catch a bus from Easton to Chestertown, how many of us would know how to do that? And this is a big obstacle in helping people get their independence. So we provide a program called travel training at no cost. Anyone can call our office, our one-stop office, and we provide travel trainers at no cost who will meet with an individual. Where would you like to go? What are your special accommodations that you might need? And then we'll practice and we'll ride with the person. Whether it's the fixed route at the bus stop, we'll be there together, or whether it's door-to-door service, we'll be with that person every step of the way and ride with them to their destination and back until they can learn to do it themselves. And it's very liberating. Usually by the second or third time, folks go, I can do this myself. And we say, yes, you can. And they just are so thrilled. It provides a level of independence. Some folks can get it over the phone. We can just say, this is how you do it. This is the bus stop you go to. There's the schedule. You can do whatever. And we give instructions on the phone. But the travel training has really helped to increase ridership on our vehicles, and we provide this in all 4 counties, here in Talbot, Dorchester, Kent, and Caroline. Usually that first step, all of us are afraid, suppose I miss the bus. What do I do if I'm forgotten? I don't know how to get there. And we talk with folks and talk them through it first, and then we go do it together, and we don't leave anyone until they're totally comfortable. It's really successful and it's a lot of fun.
That's amazing, because you can offer something wonderful, you know, full of quality and effort and all the hard work that goes in, but if people are afraid and you don't put that element into it, then it's sort of, you know, it's not happening, so to speak. So yeah. So
often it's a family member who will call us rather than an individual.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we have to trick people and say, hey, you don't have to ride this bus. Let's just go on a field trip to the Amish market and just see how it works.
Right.
And people think, that sounds like fun, and then we'll have lunch. And so we all ride together, and they love it. They've never been on a bus before, maybe.
Yeah.
Most of us are lifelong drivers. And so transitioning to riding public transit is really a big step.
Great.
But it's a very successful, happy thing.
It is. A final note, we're asked, Mary, a lot of effort and work goes into your organization on a daily basis, nightly basis. I see the buses all over, the vehicles all over. Probably it's fair to ask, I'm sure there's a little bit of help in this. Do you partner with any other organizations to help make this all possible?
Absolutely. Our most partner that we appreciate so much is MUST, Maryland Upper Shore Transit. They are a coordinating body of individuals who seek to coordinate all of us transportation providers. So Queen Anne County Ride, Shore Transit that does the lower shore counties. We work together and they provide schedules. They help us go through, achieve funding and act as a pass-through for funding. They've been the first partner from the beginning that really established the public transit system that we have today. But we work with human service organizations, we work with departments of social services, we work with Partners in Care, which is a volunteer transportation program here in Talbot and Caroline County. So if they can get someone to one point and we can get the person the rest of the way, it helps a person's trip be nice and seamless. So we work with the veterans very closely, the VA. We help feed the veterans bus that takes veterans to Baltimore. So many of the veterans living in rural areas have to get to Route 50 or Route 301, and so we'll get the veterans there and they'll meet the VA bus to go the rest of the trip. So we all work together, and it's a great region of partners who are very happy to work together.
That's great. Sounds wonderful. This has been really wonderful. You've really shed some light on an amazing organization. You help, you're basically a transportation problem solver for many of our counties here on the Eastern Shore, so thank you very much.
We're very pleased to do it.
I don't know about everyone else, but I have a huge takeaway from this, so hopefully you do as well. Thank you again, Mary.
Thanks. May I give the phone number for the One Stop?
Please do.
Okay, the One Stop office is an adjunct to the transportation program. It's not the dispatch office, and that's where we have staff that will help people navigate the transit system. That's where the travel trainers are. They're the folks that can give more in-depth answers and discussion about transportation that's right for whatever individual calls.
Great.
So,
and the phone number?
The phone number for the One Stop is 410-221-7600, and we're very happy to take your calls and answer your questions.
Thank you again, Mary. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Well, that's it for me. Hopefully you'll stick around, because coming up next is John General with another great guest here on Shore Talk.
Need a ride? Through the MUST program, Delmarva Community Transit and Queen Anne's County County Ride provide bus service throughout Caroline, Dorchester, Kent, Queen Anne's, and Talbot counties to get to work, shopping, doctors, or other destinations. Fares start at $3 or $1.50 for seniors 60 and over. Transfers are free. You can even save more money with monthly passes. We have lifts for wheelchairs and power chairs. Seniors and disabled may get door-to-door service to medical appointments. We can even arrange a travel trainer to ride with you until you feel comfortable using the bus. And our easy-to-follow schedule is available at lots of locations throughout the Midshore area and online at www.mustbus.org. Look for the schedule at public libraries, health departments, and municipal buildings. For more information, call 866-330-6878. 866-330-MUST. Delmarva Community Transit and Queen Anne's County County Ride. We'll get you there.
Well, welcome back. With me is Dave Grafton. Dave,
hey, John.
To see you.
Good
welcome
to see you again.
Talk.
Thank you very much.
And we're going to talk about, Dave is a very accomplished artist. He does wonderful, I've seen landscapes. Maybe there's some other things that you
I'm known as an American landscape painter, yeah.
You do stick figures? That's my specialty.
They're hardest things to do.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
They really are, yeah.
But we're going to talk about something completely different than your art. We're going to talk about movies.
Yeah, having a little interest in movies. You did a show a while back with Rick Hollinger and Trish. I forgot her last name. You guys talked about old movies and obscure movies, and it kind of stuck with me a little bit. And as I've gotten a little bit older, I spend more time awake at night, and I watch a lot of old movies. So, yeah, they're kind of interesting. every once in a while during the week I go over to Banning's, and we started this little game we play where somebody will give a line in a movie, and I'll give you some examples, and then we have to guess the movie, what year it was done, so on and so forth. So it's caught on. So the owners, one of the owners, Steve, is involved with doing it, and this real estate agent Rick and a bunch of us, and it's kind of created a chain reaction. So we have a lot of fun doing
So
that.
happy hour becomes a learning experience.
It does, yeah, in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
42 movie, okay? The closing line was given by Betty Davis. It's as follows. Oh, Jerry, don't let's ask for the moon. We have the stars. So now what you have to do from that is give me who the actor was, you know what year it is, and the name of the movie.
John,
Wow,
it's a good game.
that's a good game. That is a good game.
It's getting tougher and tougher as we keep doing this every week.
Tougher than that?
It's tougher than this. This is an easy one. Yeah.
Let's talk about art.
I can talk about art if you like. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah.
Okay, so you got any more of those zingers?
You got to give me an answer to this one, though.
Does anybody have an answer to that one?
From Here to Eternity. Somebody scream From Here to Eternity.
1942.
1942. The guy, he's only 21 back.
He's only 21.
He was born in 1995.
All right, I'll tell you. The same actor who's a woman, said in another movie, "What a dump." Close. Betty Davis. The movie was called Voyager.
Voyager. Was it any good?
I don't know. I've never seen it. My sister just gave it to me. So
It's still playing?
It's still, yeah. You can get it. You can get any movie you want. You know, that's the cool thing about our modern age. I want a movie, I can just punch it in and get the movie. It's
amazing.
wonderful. Yeah,
Right.
it really is. Excuse
So
me.
do you have another secret there on your phone?
On my phone? Well, a movie, another. I'm going to get away from my sister. She's giving me movies that I don't know about. Yeah, I'll give you one. I'll give you an easy one. This is an example of what goes on. An easy one. Okay. The line is, I want the truth. The person says, you can't handle the truth.
Officer and a gentleman. No.
He got it.
What was it?
A Few Good Men.
Oh, that
He
one.
got it.
And
The
all that.
new guy
all that.
got it. The new guy got it.
I can't. I have to be careful. I'll have a tendency to say these with attitude, like the actor. Okay. Now here's another one.
Dave acts a little bit in this.
I do. Yeah. I do.
Make sure you get a close up on
The
here.
reality is that he says to him, "What do you want?" And he says, "I want the truth." And Nicholson says, "You can't handle the truth." Great line. Great movie. Okay. Here's another one. Very famous movie in the '70s. Maybe 70,
Look right at
71.
the camera, Dave. Look right at the
Oh,
camera.
sorry.
Get right to the camera.
Yeah, I forgot after all these years. And the actor says he comes on the set. He's outside. There's a bunch of people running around going crazy, and there's 5 or 6 guys that are running around, and they're getting on a boat. And he hollers over to them. He goes,
Right here.
"Oh, boys. And he laughs and he turns around. He says, "They're all gonna die."
One of the questions I was going to ask you is what your favorite movie was.
I put them in categories, but one of my all-time favorite movies, for many reasons, is To Kill a Mockingbird.
Good movie.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
But there's comedies, there's dramas, but it had a little bit of everything. But that's like in my top 10, let's put it that way, yeah.
What about White Christmas? You like that movie?
I like The Christmas Story.
That song "Sisters" drives me crazy. Anyway,
Yeah, it's, you gotta break it down, there's, Casablanca obviously was great.
yeah, great actor.
I saw something last night. I stayed up too late last night. Movie I never saw, but I heard about, called Life as a House, with Kevin Kline and I think Mary Steenburgen. I'm not sure. Which was interesting, about this architect that finds out he's dying. He got fired from his company after 20 years, trying to reunite himself with the family. It's a little bit of a dime store novel, take, but it was interesting. Yeah, When I look at movies, I look for subtle little things, and I go back to them over and over and over again. Like one of my all-time favorite, more contemporary movies was River Runs Through It. It was a Redford movie based on a true story, and I must have seen it. I have it. I have the DVD. I have 2 of them, and I've probably watched that at least 50, 60 times, you know, over the last few years. But every time I watch it, you see something different. The nice thing about today, with the modern age, so to speak, with recording and whatnot, is that you have an opportunity to do that. And you look for little subtle things to pick out. A movie that maybe I didn't like too much years ago, all of a sudden now it's making some sense to me. You know, of course I'm dumb, so it takes me a long time to...
Or you find out something about the players, or
Right.
something comes up, or someone passes away. That seems to be
Exactly.
the time a lot of things are revisited.
I don't know how this happened. It just started to happen to me, and I just looking at the movies a lot.
Well, it's interesting.
You know,
Well, I know we're going to have you on again to talk about movies. We
Oh, thank you.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about your art at some point.
Sure. Yeah, anytime.
And I'll share my stick figures with you if you
Okay.
share your landscapes. That's
I will. I'll bring a
Even
couple
trade.
over. Even trade.
even trade.
Yeah.
David, thanks
Been a
very
pleasure,
much.
John. Always.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good to see
Talk
you.
to you soon. Thank you.
See you at Happy Hour.
Need a ride? Through the MUST program, Delmarva Community Transit and Queen Anne's County County Ride provide bus service throughout Caroline, Dorchester, Kent, Queen Anne's, and Talbot counties to get to work, shopping, doctors, or other destinations. Fares start at $3 or $1.50 for seniors 60 and over. Transfers are free. You can even save more money with monthly passes. We have lifts for wheelchairs and power chairs. Seniors and disabled may get door-to-door service to medical appointments. We can even arrange a travel trainer to ride with you until you feel comfortable using the bus. And our easy-to-follow schedule is available at lots of locations throughout the Midshore area and online at www.mustbus.org. Look for the schedule at public libraries, health departments, and municipal buildings. For more information, call 866-330-6878. 866-330-MUST. Delmarva Community Transit and Queen Anne's County County Ride. We'll get you there.
Programming on Channel 15 is brought to you in part by the Avalon Foundation and Avalon Theatre, a leading catalyst for the arts, education, and culture for Talbot County and the Midshore. The Avalon Foundation. Leadership, a beautiful venue, and a variety of programming provide a special quality of life on the Midshore.
Well, welcome back. Some interesting interviews, I thought. David was fascinating with his challenges.
Absolutely,
with
and
pieces
funny.
Yeah,
We like funny.
Funny's a good thing.
Funny's good.
Funny's good. And then you and Mary seemed to really delve into the transportation
We
issues.
did.
That was good.
Well, it's really amazing what that organization does, and I just think a lot of people aren't aware of it and who can take advantage of their services. You know, I certainly wasn't aware when we first met with Mary. I didn't know all that they did, and it just amazes me. So,
Oh, absolutely. It's
Glad
a
we
great,
got the
it's
word
a
out.
great organization. Santo Grande is the CEO of DCS and does
Correct.
a remarkable job. But he's got great people like Mary helping him out, so
yeah,
it's a winner.
everyone needs a Mary.
By the way, one of our current sponsor is Must, and so we just saw a short video on Must. And
Yes, we did.
And Mary was kind enough to give Must a plug, so that was good. Thank you, Mary. In any case, we'll be back. We'll be on with alarming regularity, so we'll hope to see you soon. Goodbye from Short Talk.
Yeah, see you soon.